Samsonite is a good company. They make a good piece of luggage, so I know they're doing all right. He should be doing all right.
Yeah, he cool.
He cool. Okay, let's go to a couple more upsets. Staying with the men's side.
Okay.
Tsitsipas is out and Medvedev is out.
Tsitsipas is inconsistent.
You don't see it
Always.
for him?
No, I don't. He's inconsistent. That wasn't a shock to me. Like when you are watching a match with him, it's always teeter-tottering, in my opinion. It can go either way. I'm never one to be like 100% like, oh, he's going to see this through. That's just his game. But for him to get out, it's not shocking.
What is kind of shocking, and you said he's inconsistent, he's actually been consistent in something. He has not made it past, I'm trying to fact check this before I say it, but he has not made it past the third round of a major in over a year.
Yeah, I saw that. That's true.
He's like last year's Wimbledon, US Open, Australian Open, and Roland Garros. He was knocked out before the third round. That's consistent.
I saw that. In the wrong kind of way. In the worst way possible.
I'm not sure. Yeah, worst way possible. I'm not sure where his career. I actually am kind of sure that his career is trending downwards. But I was trying to be nice. He just announced that he's going to be working with Novak Djokovic's old coach, Goran Ivanisevic. That seems, you can look at that as a way of like wanting to switch up things, or you can look at that as a way of like a Hail Mary pass. Like the past 4 major tournaments you've played, you haven't even sniffed the second week. So things need to start shifting because he's a number 20 seed. This guy has been to 2 Grand Slam finals. He's been a top 5 player, and now he's dangling outside the top 20. That's not great. And his game doesn't seem to improve. And it's even showing up on a surface that he's been most comfortable on, like clay. So there's warning signs all around for Tsitsipas, really.
I will give him credit for seeing the signs and the writing on the wall and him trying to implement something new. I'll never down somebody for, trying to switch it up and do different things. But we'll see, how that partnership pans out for him. But like, as we said, as of late, he hasn't been showing up
at all, and neither as his good friend. They're not really good friends. Medvedev, the number 11 seed, was knocked out in the first round, taking a loss to Cameron Norrie of
I saw that.
Great Britain. One of them.
Yeah, that wasn't a shock either from my understanding, because Medvedev with clay, he has a thing with clay that he doesn't like it. So
did you see that? It was a fake quote, but did you see that quote that was circling on social media that said he might not even play the clay season last year? Fuck this clay.
No, I didn't see that.
It came out to not be an actual quote. I don't really love that about social media, though, that people can literally just like say something, put quotations around it that is inflammatory, make it a little cute little graphic on Canva, and before you know it, people are running with the idea that this influential person said that. And they didn't even say it. That's a little deranged, actually.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It is, but it actually worked its way to TNT. Like TNT mentioned that he said that, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not." Where's
the fact checking?
It's getting legs. It's getting legs.
That's insane. That's insane that it made it to TNT and nobody fact checked it though. It's
insane that it made it all the way that far, but also I can kind of see him saying that. I can see him saying that because he's been lukewarm about the clay for major parts of this season. I believe he has a Roland Garros quarterfinal, but the last 2 years he's lost in the first opening stage of the tournament, and he hasn't really got it going for a while now. Medvedev is just circling the drain. Like he's ranked a little bit higher than Tsitsipas because he doesn't really have some of the like holes in his game, but his game is not being effective and like really bothering players that he used to consistently bother and be able to outlast, out hit to a certain degree, and out serve. And he's not really doing any of that at a clip that makes him a threat. So that leads me to a good question. Now, we've talked about the upsets of Fritz, Medvedev, Ruud, and Tsitsipas. All 4 of them in the not so distant past have made it to Grand Slam finals. All of them have at least one Grand Slam final underneath their belt.
Yeah.
Out of Fritz, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, and Ruud, who do you think is most likely to get back to another major final?
Medvedev.
Why?
When he's hot, and he's dangerous. And I just feel like his game, I feel like out of those, his game is the most sound. And like you said,
it's a little quirky, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, quirky, but it's sound. And I just feel like if he puts his mind into it, I feel like he can still do damage out of those that you named.
I feel like he has the game simply because he's so good at outlasting his opponents.
Mm-hmm.
And he has, I believe, when it's working, I believe he has one of the most effective serves in that group that I mentioned. So I would agree with you, and he's done it already. Like, he's already won the slam. He's a 2021 US Open champion, whereas the others have been to that, that precipice moment and haven't actually come good. So I agree with you. It's just interesting that all four of those men are either lowly in the top 10. Fritz is number 4, but they don't feel like top 10 true contenders for the biggest titles. They're kind of just all circling the drain in their own way. So
they've been able to take advantage of the big four not being present.
Is it a big four or is it a big three? No.
You get, because I'm gonna give it to you real. It's 3 for me. I don't know how old boy slid into the conversation, he slid into the ceremony, but it's a big 3 for me. I'm sorry, Andy.
I'm not. Andy gets my respect, and I see how they've made that into a big 4. But I also see how people are like. I see how people look at it and they're like 24, 22, 20, and 3. But for Fed, Roger, for Fed, Rafa, and Nole to get as many as they got, a lot of the times Andy Murray was right there in that final. He was. And if you look down just one rung at the Masters level, his achievements are also quite impressive at the Masters level. So
I mean, we can slap matches. At the end of the day, we all know what really counts. Nobody's saying, "Oh, they broke the record for Masters," and we counting them Grand Slams, baby. And how many does Andy have?
3. Just 3.
And everybody else is a part of the big 3 is in their 20s.
I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it alone. Okay.